What if the Chainsmokers wrote melodic dubstep? Well, today we're going to be answering that question by taking one of their biggest tracks, Don't Let Me Down, and turning it into a modern melodic dubstep classic. And as you already know, I put the dub and dubstep, so this track should only take like an hour or two with no issues whatsoever. Yeah, so, shameless plug alert. Like always, I'm going to be using my EDM production bundle to make this track. And you can check the link in the description and use the code YouTube for 20% off, and it'll help support my channel a ton. So thank you so much, and without further ado, let's get into it. Honestly, if the Chainsmokers were to have written a true melodic dubstep song, I think Don't Let Me Down would have been the one, or at least I think it would have sounded a lot cooler if it was. And I just want to start by saying I definitely would never break into the Chainsmokers studio and steal their laptop to get the acapella for this song. So right after I didn't do that, I began writing chords to get a melodic dubstep vibe going. And I want to keep the original bass line for this part, but add some nostalgic harmonies on a dubsteppy pluck. In a lot of newer melodic dubstep songs, you'll hear a soft lead guitar with a nice bit of saturation on it, but I don't have an amp, so I'm just gonna take a loop from Splice, chop it up, and put a FabFilter Saturn on it, and I'll be right back.
3 hours later.
Okay, quick update. I took a jazzy guitar sample and started messing around with it and decided to take it on a long walk on the beach, and now it kinda sounds like something ILLENIUM would make, which I think is kinda cool. Pro producer tip, thank me later. So I want to start filling out the bass of this song, and like always, I think a Reese bass will really help complement our new guitar. Taking some notes from Seven Lions, this track is definitely going to need a lot more ear candy and ambience, so I'm going to search around on Splice and some of my high quality production bundle sample packs, link in the description, no pressure whatsoever, and see if we can get something cool going. Alright, here comes the big switch up. I want to change the chords in the drop to make them more aggressive, so to help transition it from the first verse, which is more ambient and melodic, I'm gonna make the bass line play an F sharp over and over for the entire build-up, and I think this will give it some more aggressive vibes. Awesome. Now I think all that's left for this build-up would be some drums and then a few ear candy things like arps and little pew pew sounds. Yeah, so the build-up feels a little sluggish, so I'm gonna add a glitch effect in the middle to break it all up and then come back in with a much faster and more aggressive rhythm. Next up is the drop, the chorus, the climax of this entire song, and it needs to be big if it's gonna live up to the melodic dubstep name. So how do we make it big? Fills, and lots of them. We need synth fills, we need bass fills, and we need drum fills. And since this usually takes a very long time, I'm just gonna go grind it out and I'll be right back. Okay, I finished adding the fills and I layered it with some drums so you guys can get a feel for the type of rhythm I'm going for. Okay, so with the drums out of the way, I want to start working on switching up the bass line to something that stays on the same note or near the same note for a while, and then at the end of the progression goes down in a really dramatic way. Let me show you what that sounds like. I'm really liking the way that sounds, but I think I'm gonna tweak some things to make the bass more wobbly and gritty, and then I'll go back and write some chords to match the bass line. Well, now it's starting to sound really thick and full, so I think I'm just gonna write the main melody of the drop and tie this whole thing all together. And for the second half of the song, I wanna keep it recognizable. So I'm just gonna copy the first part twice, but this time adding some extra ear candy and new sounds in the second half. And I think I know what I want the first one to be. So at the end of the drop, you have this really high intensity moment, and I don't wanna slow it down too much. So I'm gonna add some new drums and a heavy guitar bass line, and I think that'll keep the energy up. Okay, I think that's most of it. I'm gonna make some more tweaks to the second build-up, make the last drop more energetic, and overall just tie everything together with some mixing and a quick master. And before we get into the final result, if you enjoy this style of video, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss an upload. It'll really help support my channel and pay for my legal fees for that one time that I didn't break into the Chainsmokers studio. And with that being said, let's hear this finished banger.
Crashing, hit a wall. Right now, I need a miracle. Hurry up now, I need a miracle. Stranded, reaching out. I call your name, but you're not around. I say your name, but you're not around. I need ya, I need ya, I need you right now. Yeah, I need you right now. So don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. It's in my head, darling, I hope that you'll be here when I need you the most. So don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. Don't let me down, don't let me down.